All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're tackling a skill that's becoming absolutely essential: how to actually talk to AI. We're going to break down how to write what we call power prompts for Google Gemini so you can turn it from just a cool tool into your most powerful teammate. So let's start with this. Just think about it for a second. What if your most powerful new teammate was already here? We tend to think of AI as, a fancy search bar, but the real magic happens when you start to see it as a partner, a collaborator that you can actually work with.
And yeah, that new teammate is Gemini. But here's the key. It's not some separate app you have to go download or find. It's already living inside the Google apps you use constantly. Your Docs, your Gmail, your Sheets. It's right there, waiting to help.
So if you've got this new AI teammate, what's the biggest hurdle? Well, just like with any new person on your team, it all comes down to one thing: clear communication. And in the world of AI, that communication, well, we call that a prompt. So what even is a prompt? The best way to think about it is that it's a conversation starter. It's not a command you just bark out. It's the beginning of a dialogue, a back and forth that helps you get stuff done. So, how do you kick off that conversation the right way? Forget about just guessing and hoping for the best. The good news is there's a really simple, memorable formula that will completely change your results. We call it the Power Prompt Formula. It's super easy to remember. PTCF. Persona, task, context, and format. Think of it like giving really good directions. First, you tell the AI who it should be, its persona. Then, you give it a clear, actionable task. What should it do? Next, and this is probably the most important part, you give it all the necessary context. Finally, you tell it the format for the answer. Should it be an email, a table, a few bullet points? Get these 4 things right, and you're set. Let's see it in action. You are a program manager. Boom, that's your persona. Draft an executive summary email. There's your task. Based on these program docs, that's the context, and you can literally use the @ symbol to pull in your own files. How cool is that? Limit to bullet points, and that's the format. You see how much better that is than just saying, summarize this? Okay, so you've got the basic PTCF formula down. Now let's level up with a few tips from the pros that will take your prompts from pretty good to absolutely amazing. Okay, get ready for this, because this one is fascinating. The research shows that the prompts that get the best results are, on average, around 21 words long. 21. And what do most of us write? Fewer than 9? That one statistic tells you pretty much everything you need to know. The biggest mistake is just not being detailed enough. So how do you get there? Well, a few quick tips. First, just talk to it. Use your normal, everyday language. Be specific. And remember, it's a conversation, so you can go back and forth. This next one is a total game changer. You can use your own documents just by typing the @ symbol and a file name. And here's the ultimate pro tip, kind of my little secret weapon. If you're stuck, just ask Gemini to fix your prompt for you. Seriously, let the AI teach you how to talk to it better. Okay. Enough theory. Let's make this real. We're going to walk through a couple of day-to-day scenarios to see how this power prompt formula works in the wild. Okay, picture this. You're a chief marketing officer. You've got to plan your content strategy, and you're just staring at a blank page, needing some fresh ideas. We've all been there, right? Now, instead of just typing, "Give me blog ideas," look at this. The persona is an expert content strategist. The task? Generate a list of 4 ideas. The context is super rich: trending topics, audience analysis, brand keywords. And the format? A list of blog post ideas. It's got all the pieces of PTCF working together. And what's the result? You don't get some generic, useless list. You get targeted, relevant ideas that are actually aligned with your strategy. It jumpstarts the whole creative process and saves you hours of painful brainstorming. All right, here's another one we can all relate to. You're a busy executive, you're on the move, maybe running through an airport, you glance at your phone and bam, there's an urgent meeting request you've got to handle right now. This is all about speed and efficiency. And what's great is you could just speak this prompt into your phone. The task is clear. Draft an email. The context is specific. Adjust the agenda. It's short, sweet, and gets the job done. And just like that, Gemini drafts a professional email for you. You can even tell it, hey, make that a bit more formal or make it shorter. You give it a quick once-over, maybe add a personal touch, and hit send. That's real productivity when you're on the go.
So we've seen how powerful this can be. But I want to close with what is maybe the most important point of this entire explainer. This is all about collaboration, not replacement. You are always in the driver's seat.
I really want this quote to sink in. Generative AI is meant to help humans, but the final output is yours. This isn't about blindly accepting whatever the AI spits out. Think of it as your super-powered assistant. It's there to give you a first draft, to get your ideas flowing, to summarize things. But at the end of the day, you're the expert. You're the final editor. You have the control.
So that's the power prompt formula. It's the key to making Gemini your ultimate collaborator. Now, the only question left is the one right here on your screen. What's the first power prompt you'll write? Thanks for tuning in to The Explainer.